XO sauce is a spicy Chinese seafood sauce made up of dried scallops and oysters. It's got fantastic umami, which is a savoury flavour, and it goes with many different things, in particular prawns. Now, instead of serving this with some fried noodles, I'm going to flip it on its head slightly and serve it with gnocchi. Sounds totally crazy, but it works. So this is kind of a fusion of Italian and Chinese. So we're going to start by cooking our prawns. We'll heat up quite a large pan. I've also got some water on standby because this is a very fast recipe to do. So as soon as I start to get the sauce going, I'm going to pop that gnocchi straight in that boiling water. So I'll add a good glug of extra virgin olive oil, about a tablespoon or so. And I've pre-chopped some garlic and some ginger. So the ginger can go in first because it's less susceptible to burning. Once that heat starts to come up, then I'll add my garlic, and that's 2 to 3 cloves of garlic that I've finely chopped. Let's have a look at these gorgeous prawns. I've peeled them, deveined them, and I like to keep the shells. You know, there's so much flavour in prawn shells. If you don't want to use them straight away to make a stock, just pop them in the freezer. I leave them in the freezer and they can last at least a month, and then you can use them to make a stock at a later date. Fantastic bouillabaisse is a great base, so don't throw them away. What I'm doing here is just splitting or butterflying my prawns and not cutting all the way through, so they're just attached. What's going to happen is when this cooks in the sauce, they're going to curl on each other, so it's going to be fantastic for presentation. So I'll just show you again. You want to place that prawn quite flat and then almost parallel with your knife. You cut all the way through that and you'll see it butterfly. All right, these are looking good. Now we can add our garlic. Oh, garlic and ginger, I just love it. It smells fantastic. And now that this pan is really hot, you'll see that that garlic start to change colour very quickly. So when it just goes golden, we'll add some tomato paste. This is not only going to enrich the dish, but it's also going to help thicken the sauce. We want to cook off that tomato paste, and that just needs a few moments. And we can add our XO sauce. Now, you could make this at home if you like, but there are so many ingredients and there are a lot of processes, so I'm very happy to have some XO sauce on standby in my pantry. So we're going to add a tablespoon of that, and just like our tomato paste, we're just going to cook that down for a moment. Smells good. And because of the moisture in that sauce, it will spit a little, so just be careful, particularly if you're wearing white. Good. Now for some stock. And that's just some chicken stock, but you could use a prawn stock if you kept the heads. All right, that's just going to bubble away. Let's get the gnocchi on. Gnocchi is one of those fantastic ingredients. You don't need to put a timer on whatsoever. Pop them in the boiling water. As soon as they start to come to the surface, you know they're ready. And these won't take long at all to cook, so they can go in. And we can add our prawns. You really want to wait to the last minute to add the prawns because they take no time at all to cook. And I'll also add a pinch of sugar, 2 pinches of sugar. All right, so I'm just going to have a taste now. Ooh, it's so good. I love all the different layers of flavour. We do need to season this, so instead of using salt, light soy sauce and just a splash. And I love the nuttiness of sesame oil, so a small drizzle of sesame oil. There you go, that's how fast this sauce is to do. You can see these little prawns starting to curl on each other. I'm going to turn the heat off, and the residual heat in the pan is going to continue cooking those prawns. They're best served when they're just cooked. All right, have a look at that. This gnocchi has come up to the surface. That's how fast it is. I'm just going to use a slotted spoon to drain off that water and then in with our little dumplings. Got my bowl ready to go. I'm going to give this a good toss and coat all the gnocchi in that yummy XO sauce and the prawns. Let's plate up. Just get a big spoon, pop that into our bowl. A few more little prawnsies on the top. Great. And instead of Parmesan. I was thinking to put this with Parmesan, but I will refrain. I'm going to use just some spring onions. I've just finely shredded them and then pop them into some cold water. See how they curl up? And we'll just garnish our gnocchi over the top. Not too many, just a few. There you go, a cross-pollination Italian gnocchi served with a Chinese-style sauce. The XO sauce is so yummy, in particular with those prawns.